Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am Lucy and this handsome fella here, this is Rich. You turn up occasionally on this channel, don't you? Quite reluctantly.
When required.
And we are parents to 4 children who are 8, 6, 3 and 1. Just 1. And you're knocking the tripod because you keep fiddling your foot. Put your foot in here, or like just out of the way. And yeah, we have 4 children, so we as a couple made a big decision, didn't we, Richard?
Yeah, the SNIP.
So we have come on here today. I convinced him to talk about his experiences because I think since we've talked about the fact that you're having the SNIP to like people that we know, you get like really different reactions from people. Some people,
Very broad range of experiences or misconceptions.
Like some people are like, oh yeah, like I'd definitely do that, and some people are literally like, hell no.
I was excited.
You were quite pleased too, weren't you? Like, do you know what? Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to sort of talk through. I'm going to try and get you to talk, but I might have to keep prompting you because you don't.
I'm not natural.
No, you're not natural. No. It's fine. I'm here to help you. So, do you want to talk about like the process? Not the actual operation. Like, we should start by saying that in our area, it's not covered by the NHS anymore.
It's a postcode lottery. So I did some research, and then one of your friends' husbands went somewhere. It was reasonably priced, so yeah, I opted for the same thing.
I mean, it's quite irritating because I've got friends that live elsewhere in the country who have had the SNIP done for free, whereas we had to, what was it?
£275.
Not a small amount of money, is it? But then it's still considerably cheaper than having a baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rich paid privately, and you started with like a phone consultation, didn't you?
Text message, and then the doctor rang me, so that was bizarre. He also had an odd surname, Acorn. I was thinking of seeds and acorns. The whole thing was a bit weird. I wasn't sure if it was a joke. But no, went through it, asked the questions.
They asked you quite a lot of questions,
how old you are,
they?
you know, inside leg measurement, it was the whole lot. But
so
then,
what sort of question, what did they want to know? Why were they asking?
Are you certain? Why are you having it? How many children have you got? What is your age? All the things to determine whether they thought you were a viable candidate or whether it was just you're doing it on a whim. But after 2 or 3 minutes, he realised that, you know, why I was having it done.
Well, I actually overheard you when you were having your phone consultation, and it was quite funny because you kind of just kept saying over and over again, I've got 4 children. It was like every single week they were like, and have you thought about this? But I have 4 children.
Yeah, well, I actually replied. He said, you know, what if you were to remarry? I went, I've still got 4 kids though. And I actually said, if there was a nuclear holocaust and everyone died and it was just me left, I wouldn't want any kids because I'd have done that thing.
Yeah.
So I think
I thought that was quite bad though, that they wanted to, like, the implication being that if you and I weren't together anymore, that you would abandon the 4 children that you already have. I'm
sort of, the thing is, I'm in my late 30s, and I'm no.
Mid-30s, mate.
It's 37 this year.
I would still consider that mid-30s.
Okay, whatever. But yeah.
Oh boy. Anyway, so yeah, he had to go through this phone consultation. I don't know how different that is on the NHS. I mean, I presume on the NHS they would still ask you a heck ton of questions to make sure that you were definitely sure.
Well, it's coming out their budget, it's
probably more so because they don't want to be having to do an operation that you might then want to reverse at a later date, which I think is why in our area they no longer do them, because they were seeing too many reversals and obviously waste of
Essex, isn't it?
Resources. Yeah, that's Essex for you. The one you've had is, it's not reversible, is it? But it
can be, but it's very difficult to do.
It's 2 different.
It's a cauterising technique.
They cut it or cauterise it, don't they?
Yeah.
Or do they clamp it? There's various different techniques, but you've had the, like, basically this stuff's permanent now, isn't it?
No, he said it's very difficult to. It can be reversed, but it's very difficult to do, and there's a lowish success rate. So.
Okay. I'm going to stop talking now. Do you want to like talk about the process? I mean,
to the camera or to
you don't. You either. You can talk to the camera, but do you want to talk about like? I mean, details are not too many details. Nobody wants to hear the gross details.
No. I'll go through. So I went into the surgery. It was like a sausage machine almost. It was just in and out.
For want of a better.
Well, yeah. Pardon the pun. you go through a few questions, put all your belongings in basically a tray.
It's a bit like airport security.
Yeah, a nurse takes you through, you lay down, you whip your pants off, they tape your willy back, and they then inject both sides,
right?
To numb the area, so it's local. And you're lying back, and I could see, basically to calm me, have like an old painting above on the ceiling. So I was just literally watching that and telling them about my work history, just to distract me, I think. You know, it's like any old operation you'd have with local. But I didn't feel it on the left-hand side. The right-hand side, I immediately felt something, so it might have been a bit harder to find the tube or whatever it might have been to cauterise it. So I felt that a bit. But I actually counted as 16 minutes from when I sat down from getting off the table. It was done. It was literally just a little bit of padding. I didn't bleed much at all, which is relatively rare, he was saying. So, yeah, it was quite a calm experience.
I mean, what sort of... I didn't go because Rich booked his appointment for school run time, so he had to have a friend take him. But like, what sort of, if somebody was thinking of going, like what prep stuff do they need to know? So like, what sort of clothes they need to wear, what do they need to take with them, what do they need for after?
To be honest, I think it was all a bit overkill. It was like, take a dressing gown, bring this, bring that. I thought, well, I'm not 50, I'm not going to buy a dressing gown for the sake of that. So I went in with shorts and t-shirt and a pair of trainers, and I just whipped it off and put them back up again.
You did buy some like tight pants, didn't you?
I did.
Because they sort of...
I'm normally a medium in M&S, I went for the small.
They suggest that you might want more...
And to be honest, that's the most critical thing for I reckon the first week. I didn't buy enough small pants. I had a pack of 3 and it wasn't enough. I needed more than 3 days of tight pants, and then... Yeah. So I would suggest getting...
It's tight pants but loose trousers, wasn't it?
Yeah, get a week's worth of tight pants. I found that jeans sort of cut in, and that was quite painful. I couldn't really wear jeans for the first couple of weeks. Shorts or jogging bottoms. I'm not very chubby, so I don't own many pairs of jogging bottoms, so just top up ibuprofen for the swelling, paracetamol or cocodamol if you're in a bit more pain for the first sort of week.
And how much...
It should subside.
I mean, you're a bit of a workaholic and you like to get back to work, but how long do you, for you, I can't remember how many days you had off, and then you kind of took it easy for a few days.
I have my phone with me. I can do most things on my phone, but I think the first, or the evening and afternoon after having it done, was I was home for what, dinner time, so 5:30. I sort of rested that evening. Sleeping was difficult because you can't lie on your front, your side's painful, you just have to lie on your back, a bit spread eagled, and just hope no kid jumps on you or a cat. So there was the perils of...
You did sleep on the sofa, didn't you, the first night?
The first night, so I didn't
want to move.
No. But most of the pain subsided after that first sort of week, and it was okay. Still just swelling. There wasn't any... There was like a tiny little scab where the incision was made within like a day or so.
Yeah, because that was what surprised me, is that I don't know why I assumed that they would like go in
stitch
underneath.
No,
but they don't. They go in...
If you sort of pull your bits back, like, they go through in the middle near the top.
It's a lot of information for you here, people.
Yeah, and he pulls this vas tube, as they call it, which is where your sperm goes in, and cauterises it.
Yeah.
But the actual experience, there was no nerves from my perspective, but I was quite excited to have it, and I've had operations before, so there was no trepidation on my part.
You were pretty chilled about the whole thing, weren't you?
No, it's fine. In and out.
Although, didn't you say that the person after you?
Oh, he came in with his wife holding his hand with a dressing gown and all sorts, so that was quite funny to see.
And my friend, when her husband went, she didn't go in with her husband, but the guy that was in the waiting room waiting to go next was like really psyching himself up. She said it was really funny.
And when you speak to other people, I mean, there's guys
Men
I know...
do seem to fall into like two camps there. People that are like, yeah, whatever, I'm happy to do it.
A lot of colleagues I know just will not have it done. Some have had it done, have different experiences. You know, initially little things like if you bang your foot down or run or walk or come downstairs too hard, the jiggling actually is quite painful.
I mean, I kind of liken it to a little bit like what it's like when you've had a baby. I mean, I've had 4 of them, so you know, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy from me.
My insides didn't drop out though, it's like different.
Didn't drop out. But it is just a little bit like if you did anything for too long, if you stood up for too long, you started to ache. If you sat down for too long, you started to ache. Like, I did ask on Instagram at the time whether people had any questions, and I'm just looking back at them now. So, somebody asked us how we both feel about how final it is.
It's pretty final. Looking at the percentages of accidents after this particular type of procedure, it's slim to none, to be honest. So
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't have let you go and have it done if I wasn't okay with it being very final. Like,
yeah.
We 100% feel like our family is complete.
I mean, let's be honest, I wanted it done after 3.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have
But then we didn't have Wylder,
Wylder.
so it's something we've talked about for a while, never got round to. And then,
it was always going to be once we were done, because I feel like I've done my bit. Like a few days, a couple of weeks even, of like a little bit of discomfort and pain. I've done my bit. What, did we have any fears surrounding the operation? I say your main fear was that you were worried it might not work for whatever reason.
Yeah, my main issue was I paid 275 quid, why won't it blooming work? So
yeah, God, would you get your money back?
No. No.
That's quite bad. Someone has asked how long from seeing a doctor have you waited and what was the process? I think we've talked about the process, and that's massively going to differ depending on where you live.
From my perspective, because of the gap, I think I was there within 10 days from
So most people that I know that have, this particular doctor lives locally to us, I think is getting like, we should have got asked like a group discount, because most of my friends, a lot of their husbands have booked with the same guy. And it does seem to be it's a couple of weeks, but then that is private. So I don't know.
Depends how
whether you would wait slightly longer if it was an NHS job.
You probably would. There'd be more of a waiting list depending on where you live.
There you go. You got quite chatty in the end. I didn't need to prompt you. All he wants to talk about your war wounds and stuff, don't you? I like to.
Don't really got on there.
No, but you've
got a little bit of scar tissue.
Shared your experiences. Yeah. If you've got any other questions that we haven't covered, I feel like you have pretty much covered everything. But if you've got another question, stick it in the comment box and he'll probably answer them, however disgusting they are, because yeah, gross. But
there was no peeing blood. There's nothing mad. It was all really straightforward.
And all that you have to do now as part of the process is what is it, 16 weeks later you have to go and provide a specimen. But
it's a fresh one, so I've got to go and do it in one of those rooms that are lined with page 3.
So he's got to go and provide a specimen, and then they have to test it, don't they? And then they give you.
You find out 2 weeks after that day. So yeah.
Anyway, thank you for watching. This is a really different video for this channel, but I hope it was helpful, or it was helpful to maybe sit husbands down in front of. And we will see you for a lot less serious video soon.
Not with me, probably though.
No, but you like to get involved in the whatever. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Bye everyone. Bye.